got big difference on here. Is he crazy? Are you slow?
I can't be playing with niggas. I married a G.
Oh, you married a G, did you, Nikki? I'm assuming the G stands for globally recognized sex offender.
Oh, no,
also,
we're not.
did you guys...
Why?
This got messy. This got really messy really, really quick, okay? He's wilding.
I don't know how to dance, but can lean and make the ghetto bitch put their hands on their knees, hands on their knees.
As the years go on, we continue to chronicle the fall off of DaBaby with lists like this every now and then, and right now it looks like he's at the hop on every trend to try and get popular again section of his career. With Shake Some, it's most comparable to Uzi's hit Just Wanna Rock.
They do sound
Man, she a
familiar.
hot girl.
Oh
Put her
yeah,
out.
they sound familiar.
Regardless, this was definitely Baby trying to get a similar level of hit to Uzi with a song shipped straight out of the TikTok dance manufacturing plant. But the funniest thing about this is, for a dance song, DaBaby went into the booth with negative energy points. Bro was just quickly talking on this track, sounding like he'd rather be doing more exciting stuff, like calculating his taxes or washing the dishes. My expectations are low for DaBaby at this point, so that's probably why I have it lower on this list, but man is it weak. I had my criticisms of DaBaby's Kirk album back when that dropped, but man do I wish he could go back to that. It is illmatic compared to what he's making now.
So what do you guys think of the first one that he put on the list? Me personally, I believe that it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad song. It was actually his comeback song because it was played a lot. It got him in the mouths of a lot of people again. Pause. Okay. And I mean, it wasn't like a bad song. I wouldn't really list it the worst song of 2023, if we're really gonna be honest. Was it like mediocre when it comes to lyrics wise? Of course it was mediocre because it was really a dance record. You get what I'm saying? It was really just like a TikTok thing for TikTok. Like he said, it was giving Everybody Rock by Lil Uzi. But Lil Uzi record was also not really the best bars in the world. You get what I'm saying? He was basically saying almost the same thing sometimes in the song. So it's like, these are dance records. These are things that's going to be on TikTok. These are things that people can dance to in the club or wherever, get them going, especially when they got liquor in the system. I mean, the words, putting on the words was kind of a stretch. It was kind of a stretch.
Can't count, I am not the one, 2 or the 3. You bitches look
Hold
up to me.
Whoa. He got big difference on here. Is he crazy? Are you slow? Okay, let's hear him out. Let's hear him out.
I'm gonna be honest, there were like 5 different songs from Pink Friday 2 that I was trying to choose between for this spot. But in the end,
You had 5 Pink Friday songs that you wanted to choose off the album and you chose Big Difference.
I landed on the constantly irritating Big Difference.
I can't be playing with niggas. I married a G.
Oh, you married a G, did you, Nikki? I'm assuming the G stands for globally recognized sex offender.
Oh, no,
also,
we're not.
did you guys...
Why?
This got messy. This got really messy really, really quick, okay? He's wilding. This is my first time reacting to one of his videos, clearly, okay? And
also, did you guys hear that horrendous beat? How many elephants were murdered in the making of this instrumental? The beat does switch halfway through the track into something much more bearable, but I kind of wish the beat just went to somebody else. Like, that would be a great beat for Denzel Curry, for example, because Nicki comes through with such a mid-performance on it.
I call my boyfriend, then you getting beat up by me.
Whoa, Nicki, be careful. You don't want him violating his probation with threats of violence.
Okay,
Again, all jokes aside, it's just a pretty annoying track from someone who can be a great rapper, but very rarely is on her own albums.
What?
Hey, she's an alpha, but not around your boy. She get quiet around your boy. Hold on, don't know what you heard or what you thought about your boy, but they lied about your boy.
Jack Harlow did it again, man. He dropped a bland, weakly written rap song that's pretty much 100% carried by the beat and the sample, and had it go number one. But whereas First Class is just kinda dull, Lovin' On Me moves more into ass territory, which is not as fun and appealing as it might sound. Jackman was a very average album in my opinion, but I would still much rather have Jack just do another version of that, rather than go back to the joyless hit-seeking style of Come Home the Kids Miss You. And I will give it to this track, it does have a catchy sample, but like I said, it carries the song. Look how phoned in these verses are. Young Missionary? That's your nickname? You'll also notice if we switch back to verse 1, it uses that very exciting technique of ending over half the lines with the same phrase. I miss when Jack's music used to actually be fun, man. Loose and Confetti are nice projects, but his music has just been so boring for the past few years. Also, I've never fully agreed with the Drake comparisons for Jack Harlow before, but the drums on this track give off such a similar feeling to the drums on The Motto by Drake that I can't help but point it out. This is the Motto vanilla version.
Yeah.
Everything about this track is recycled in some way. And your fast-paced drum beat can't fool me into thinking you're having fun on this track, Mr. Jackman. It is very wholesome that the guy who made the original track being sampled here, Cadillac Dale, was super happy that his song was being used in a modern hit. But outside of that, it's infuriatingly basic, unlikable, and boring. The Jack Harlow standard in 2023, to be fair.
On the bigger things.
Demons was that girl. What are you talking about? I know that the video and her and this whole era that she was going, and then the look that she was going when it comes to this era was very off-putting. It really raised eyebrows for a lot of people. I understand that. I get it, okay? Because I was one of those people. Even though the songs were still slapping, I was one of those people who was like, okay, Doja, like, what's going on here, girl? Like, I was one of those people, so I get it. But Demons was that girl, okay? And the fact that he put this on here, I don't know.
Doja Cat had a pretty mixed bag of a year in my opinion, and Demons was easily the weakest hit to come from her Scarlet album. It's a shame I really don't like the song because it honestly has one of my favorite music videos of the whole year. Some scenes in the video that are just direct references to The Shining. It's really cool and well crafted. But then you turn the sound on that goes along with the video, and you realize that it hits better on... First of all, why does this sound like it was a reference track for a weak Baby Keem song? The verses just sound so bad. The lyrics, particularly on verse 1, just come across as a bunch of waffle, and the beat doesn't sound all that great either, with those slightly too present 808s, just to...
The beat is actually the coldest thing. Like, I can understand when it comes to the lyrics that he's talking about, because the first verse, when I first heard it, I was like, you get what I'm saying? But when that second verse came on, I was like, yes, bitch. I love the second verse. I do. I can understand why some people be like the first verse is not hitting. But that second verse, absolutely.
To make the track sound a little bit edgier. This is Doja channeling her inner demonic energy, guys, by having a slight bit of distortion, but not too much. We don't want to scare off the mainstream audiences, and yelling a little bit during the chorus. It's one of those Doja tracks this year that just feels too weighed down by bitterness and sarcasm, because the second verse in particular is just all about the social media criticisms of her and her music. It's just not very fun to listen to. Okay, the first thing I gotta talk about right here with this one, Does anybody else think that this track sounds weird through headphones? I think it's the way certain parts of it are panned a little bit more heavily to the left, so it always makes my right ear feel a little bit funny when I listen to it. It's like even the mixing is trying to test your patience. Now, I know I'm not the target audience here. This was my girlfriend's most played song of the year, but in all fairness, I enjoy plenty of songs that I'm not necessarily in the target audience for. I'm not in the target audience for Ski Yee, also by Sexy Red, and I actually like that song.
Let me say this first. I like Ski Yee too. Because that shit was played everywhere. The shit was played everywhere. And the chorus, I just know the chorus. I don't know anything else. Because they was just like, Ski. They was doing that all the fucking time, okay? All 2023. So yeah, it got stuck in my head. But you're coming to tell me that you like Ski Yee by Sexy Red, but you put Big Difference on the list of songs you didn't like. Okay. The Baby song. Demons. And Love on Me. But you like Ski Yee.
And I just think Pound Town is a bad track. Sexy Red has some funny lines on here, but sometimes her delivery just cuts right through me. Nicki Minaj comes through with a very weak, short verse on her part, and then has a little talking section where she talks about somebody's baby daddy popping their bussy in her DMs. Why do we need to hear about this? She also says in her verse, I ain't talking about chicken when I jerk it with my tits, which the Genius Annotation calls a clever reference to jerk chicken. Is it really? In short, a bad song with a bad feature with bad instrumental mixing that makes my ears feel weird. This is basically like the rap rock version of Sasuke, one of the worst Uzi tracks to date. Amped isn't quite as bad, but it still follows the same basic formula of Uzi just constantly making weird noises on the beat, rather than doing something that actually sounds good. And the amount of repetition you get right here on an under 3-minute song is honestly pretty mind-numbing. The phrase, I'm going up, is said here 16 times, and the phrase, what's up with it, bitch, I'm amped, is said 8 times. It might not sound that bad, but like I said, it's under 3 minutes long and basically has 2 repetitive hooks instead of just one. Repetition in itself isn't always a bad thing, but on Amped, it kills the vibe. It really annoys me with this song because I think it could go hard if it was executed a little better. The beat has this great, intense, anthemic sound to it, but like I said, Uzi decided to just do random nonsense over it.
Yeah, I can get your mama rich.
I will give this to Pound Town 2. Even the jerk chicken line is not as off-putting as Uzi saying here, she begging me just to come piss in her crack. And Uzi doesn't just drop it after that, they continue this line of thought for 2 more lines, talking about how they've never done it before, but now they have, and they can't believe it. Why did we need 3 bars about this? Combine it with the obnoxiously dragged out part that precedes these lines, and it makes for an awful feature. Hellcat Kenny is only 2 minutes and 35 seconds long, but I swear it feels double that whenever I listen to it. Something about the weird, empty feeling of it, mainly due to the beat, just makes it feel like it's dragging on forever. It's just the worst thing that a Young Thug song can be, which is intensely boring.
4, 3, 2, 1, lift off.
I love the video. Before he even gets to his explanation why the song is number 3, I love the video, okay? The video was awesome. It was colorful. It was giving, all right? When I first listened to the song, though, I wasn't really liking it because it was something different. It wasn't something I was used to. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to listen to it a little bit more to like get the feel of it. And I was right. Like when I listened to it more, I kind of appreciated it a little bit better. And I was like, okay, this is not bad. This isn't bad. Okay. When it first came out, of course, people didn't like it. They had their opinions about it. And I could understand that because I was one of the people that understood why they felt the way they did. Because when I first listened to it, I was like, okay, this is different. I'm not really feeling it, but maybe because it's different, I need to give it more time. So it's still not a bad song. One of her best? No. Does it top WAP? No, it is not. WAP is still classic. WAP is still that girl. And me personally, I believe that Cardi should have put out her album when WAP and Up came out. Just my opinion.
Look, I love WAP, the song and the real thing, but this was possibly the worst attempt to recreate the hype and popularity of that song.
Right.
Megan is one of my favorite women in the rap game when she's in top form. Cardi less so, but she can still be really good when she wants to be, but unfortunately, that's just not what we get here. Megan still raps fairly well on it, but I just can't focus on it with how maddening the production is. It tries to do the same thing as WAP, with a constant vocal sample playing throughout the beat, but the bong, 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 bong vocal clip here is way more irritating and distracting than the actually catchy "there's some hoes in this house" sample in WAP. Listening to this track start to finish is the musical equivalent of having your hands tied down while a mosquito is buzzing around your ears so you can't swat it away. If anyone knows how to make a version of this track that removes the vocal sample from it, please do it. If you cut that annoying ass vocal clip out, maybe there's a decent song in here, but the way it is, it sucks. "My back shots sound like bongos" is a hilarious line, but unfortunately the song itself is just not good. If you told me that Drake would manage to release worse songs than Search and Rescue in 2023, I mean, I'd believe you, but I'd still be annoyed by it. And much like the number 2 spot on my best hit rap songs of the year list, I couldn't pick just one track here, so we have a two-way tie. Let's start with Gently, a shockingly bad Latin rap style track featuring Bad Bunny. Even the comments on Genius underneath this song think that it's awful. And you have to understand, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because you never usually see more insane dick riding than in the Genius comments. That's a testament to how bad this track truly is. You have Drake singing in this weird forced accent about Sopranos and Italianos. Then we get a beat switch with a faster paced drum beat coming in, but somehow the track still manages to remain intensely dull. And this is coming from someone who generally likes what I've heard from Bad Bunny so far, but he just sounds dead on here. So is the song that it's tied with, Calling for You. Where do I start with this one? You've got Drake's horrendous sounding high-pitched style delivery that comes out of nowhere with those tss ad-libs in between it. Got the fact that this song is split into two halves by an annoying ass near 90-second long skit by some insufferable lady with the worst subgenre of the Toronto accent possible, complaining about the horrors of flying in economy, on a flight that someone else paid for, by the way, and having a chef cook the same meal for you every day that makes you just want to bounce your head off of a wall until you cease to hear anything. And the fact that the only alright section of the track is after that skit. 21 is fine here, but not worth sitting through a whiny ass skit. It makes the replay value of the track non-existent.
I like blue faces, so I took his baby.
I understand why that's number one. I can't even get mad at the number 1 song, bro, on the fucking list, okay?
My best hit rap song of the year was sent in to me during one of my paid request streams on this channel. So was my worst hit rap song of the year, this time by my viewer, The Archive. I promise it wasn't set up this way just to promote the streams. I just generally get sent really fantastic or really terrible music on those streams. And this track is a special type of bad. It managed to make it to the #1 spot on this list in under 2 minutes. I will start by acknowledging that, yes, what Mabu is doing is clearly intended to an extent to be ironic and comedic. He's a white kid with parents who are worth tens of millions of dollars, making songs with titles like Trip to the Hood, which is all about him visiting the hood so that he can, and I quote, make it out. At least with that one, there is kind of a punchline, and I guess he's kind of making fun of himself a little bit with it. But the main problem is that 9 times out of 10, his music just isn't very entertaining or funny. Which brings me to Mabu's Blueface diss track, Mr. Take Your Bitch, featuring Blueface's baby mama, Chrissy Rock.
What?
First off, it loses major points for being another reminder of Blueface and Chrissy Rock's relationship issues, which are genuinely concerning and not just some joke. Concerning. Not to be the party pooper here and make everything all serious, but this is literally a song that capitalizes on an openly abusive relationship because, haha, funny song. Outside of that, it also has some of the most disgusting lyrics that I've heard all year, like when Christian says, "This that newborn pussy make my water break," because she gave birth this year. And there's really no sense of humor to Mabu's parts on this track. If he's meant to be a kind of ironic, comedic type of rapper, to put it bluntly, he's kind of terrible at it. Once his extremely one-note joke of "I'm a very rich kid who pretends to be a gangster" wears off, which happens very, very fast, he has nothing going for him. The track doesn't sound good. It's pretty gross that the son of multimillionaires is making a song that's capitalizing off of an openly abusive relationship, and it's not even funny. Just complete ass, no matter whether you take it seriously or not.
Alright guys, so that was it for this video. What do you guys think about his list? Okay, some things I was kind of iffy about what he put on here, but some things I was like, okay, I understand. And the #1 spot, it was justifiable, okay? But what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. What was your top 10 worst hip-hop songs of 2023? Leave your comments down below. Thank you guys so much for coming. Don't make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Kinetics with the fucking plug.